8 o'clock hour live here at Carb Day. That is where we are. The we would be the Fan Morning Show. Kevin Bowen, James Boyd, thank you to Mark Dykton back at headquarters. And it is an annual Carb Day conversation with one of our favorites. We always appreciate his time across certainly all of our stations. On with JMV yesterday afternoon and typically spends Carb Day morning with us here for about 10 or 15 minutes. He is Ed Carpenter. Ed, thank you as always.
Yeah, good morning.
Great to see you.
He's all the way from Paris.
Great to be here, yeah. I try to keep
Paris, Illinois,
keep that a secret, but
yeah, Butler through and through, Park Tudor through and through. Did you bring some Slim Fast? I mean,
yeah.
I got beer and Slim Fast
I
and
heard
donuts.
Someone said you were hoping we were going to bring some products, so
Yeah, look at that. That looks great. Is that how
the-
JMV lost all that weight?
no, he could have. He could have, but after all the beer you guys are going to drink today, you might need that next week, so.
Yeah, well, certainly. Hell, I'm going to need that on Monday here. The middle of row 5 coming up on Sunday. Ed Carpenter, last time I saw you, you were getting ready to, I think, go maybe number 1 before you got in the car. Pit on Thursday before practice. I didn't know you guys had those special bathrooms.
In the garages?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Right over there?
Oh, in the green room.
Yeah, green room, yeah. I didn't know how secretive it was.
No, that's the spot.
Okay.
You know, if you want to find a driver pre-race, that's where we go.
So you tell me that line gets real long, like after
yeah,
driver intros?
there's actually 3 more upstairs, too. If you go up that staircase, there's 3 more of them up there. Hot tip.
Seniority? Like, are you telling
No,
telling Abel and the rookies to get to the back of the line?
No, you're just in
there's gotta
line. It gets wild in there. The room gets way too busy, and a lot of the other like celebrities and dignitaries that are here for the event are in there pre-race. So you have to kind of preemptively get in line to anticipate things before we head out to the grid.
So basically,
it's all
KB,
part of the process.
He's saying you're not really allowed there. You're kind of.
I was kind of hoping it'd be a 33 trough, just you can fit all 33. I mean, obviously Catherine can have her own.
That would be
troughs.
easier, but I think some guys would have a problem with that.
Well, I won't name any names. Ed Carpenter with us here. Let's just go back to Monday. What was Monday like for you as a driver and an owner?
I mean, it started off. We knew it was going to be a little bit of a truncated session with weather coming, so we were just trying to work through a couple final things. Practice was going mostly well. It was windy, which was making it a little difficult for everyone, especially deep in the pack. I had just pitted right before the accident with Alex, saw cars crashing, and then saw a yellow blur come out of it, and knew that it was one of ours. And then I saw Alex get out, and I didn't really think much of it after that. We got back out on track briefly. Then got back over to the garages, and he wasn't there, so I knew they were still looking at him. But honestly, for me, I knew he was okay, relatively, which is the important thing. And from there, you kind of just get back focused on your own thing. The team did a really good job managing his situation and getting the next car ready to go. But for me, you just got to turn the page and get focused back on your own program and your own car pretty quickly. 11-1
today, this final practice. Obviously, he's cleared to be back in the car. Does he need to show anything today?
No, I mean, I think today is about getting him comfortable in the car, which I don't expect is going to be a big problem for Alex. He's an analytical, really technical driver, so he's gonna bounce back well. There may be some minor adjustments they make in the car just to physically make him more comfortable, with the brace he's got on and whatnot. So,
finger good though?
Yeah, he's not worried about his hand at all. Like, I don't think it's not even really a thing. But he's excited. He's going to be ready to go.
And to follow up on that with Rossi, I think all of you guys are kind of crazy. You got to be wired that way to do what you do.
Kind of.
So, just a little. But when it comes to just the ability to kind of, even for him, compartmentalize and get right back into the mindset of racing and winning, what does that say about the competitor he is and that you have on your team?
I mean, we all love what we're doing. I think, in where Alex is at and where any of us would be really, he knows he's got a great car. He's got a great starting spot, a great opportunity. So when something like this happens, the biggest fear is losing that opportunity, more so than all the other what ifs. So, I think it was a big relief getting cleared yesterday, knowing that he's still going to have his chance for the 110th running. And we've got great opportunities with not only the 20 car, but Christian and the 21 and me and the Slim Fast 33. It's been a really strong month, and we're really happy with our cars. Ready to get after it.
Inside of row 5. I think I might have said middle of row 5 earlier, right?
I was middle until the adjustments after
That's right.
after
Kyle
qualifying.
moving below you. So it's at Elio next to you, Christian on the outside?
Correct.
Your starting position, pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
How are you feeling just car-wise? What's, I guess, today going to be like for you in terms of race trim?
Conditions-wise, it's going to be quite a bit cooler today and more windy than what Sunday looks like. So, I don't know how pertinent it's going to be. We've got a couple minor things we want to still verify. But really, we've had interesting weather this month. We've run in pretty warm conditions over the weekend. We've had cool days, windy days, calm days, and a lot of it is just understanding, how your car changes in those different conditions and what tweaks you'll need to make day to day to optimize it for whatever weather we do have. So some of the things we may experience today, I don't know they'll be totally relevant to Sunday, but it is relevant in the sense of having a good understanding of what changes you will make for the day.
That's the voice of Ed Carpenter. He's with us here live, Pagoda Plaza. Carb Day is here. Crowd's starting to pick up here. By the way, Ed, we got these great Butler hats. Should we give one away?
You get all sorts of gifts.
Have you seen this? Look at that.
I haven't seen that one. That's nice.
That's pretty solid. Anybody want one? Little Butler hat right here.
Oh, that kid's hand shot right up.
Right, you see that?
Yeah.
Man, if you can have restarts as fast
Reaction
as that
time.
kid's hand shot up there, go Dogs, baby. Look at that right there. Listening to Alexander and Hinch in the podcast earlier this week, he said he had a conversation with you about turn 2. And, you hear it out here, and all the turns are the same, theoretically, right?
They look that way from overhead.
But are they not the same? Because he was saying that he felt like, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but feel like turn 2 is maybe the trickiest.
It can be, yeah, and a lot of times it is. To me, a lot of it has to do with how unprotected it is. The grandstand's kind of in. You've got an air gap, and then the turn 2 suites. So the wind plays a lot more of a role over there than 3 or 4 and turn 1 are all pretty closed in with the grandstand. So depending on the wind direction, that's the most exposed corner. So I think some of that was probably at play the other day in his accident. That's my opinion.
Do you have any idea what passing is going to look like on Sunday? You've mentioned the variety of weather we've had here throughout the month. Any idea how racy it'll be?
I think it's going to be fairly racy. It's definitely not going to be hot come Sunday. So that always helps with that. Especially at the front, you're going to see a lot of jockeying. As you get into the middle of the pack, when the draft's really heavy and everyone's getting assistance from that, it gets a little harder. But you're definitely going to see guys move through the field for sure, and hopefully we'll be one of the strong ones doing so.
Ed, you mentioned with Rossi that no one ever wants to lose the opportunity. For you, 23rd opportunity to do this. Doesn't get old, I'd imagine, but from your perspective, how have you maybe evolved with this race throughout time? And then just knowing you've kind of seen it all at this point.
Yeah, you never see it all. This place never is short of surprises. But to your first point, it never gets old. This event's so special. It's such a privilege to be able to be a part of it. So I don't take any of the chances for granted. And it's just as fun now as it was back in 2004, my rookie year. So enjoy every chance I get, and constantly trying to get better and learn. Every year you have, this is the same group of guys we had last year, but as you work with different people and different drivers, different engineers, you get different perspective and learn some different things and continue. For me, I think it's different if you've won the race, where it's a little easier to kind of try to replicate what you've done before, but we haven't found exactly what it takes to win this race. So you're constantly kind of modifying your approach and points of emphasis and trying to do better each year.
How many more you got in you?
I don't know. I always kind of base it on how the month goes, how the race goes, but I still feel like I'm capable and feeling strong, good, having fun in the car, and that's the most important thing. If I become a liability to the team, I'm sure they'll tell me.
It's an understatement to say you are nowhere near that. Ed Carpenter with us here live. Pagoda Plaza. Am I allowed to have a Slim Fast?
Yeah,
I mean,
they're better once you get them ice cold, but you can crack one open.
James,
they're safe.
You might provide me. Your boy's kind of gained a little bit here in the last few years here, so I think it'd be a nice counter to the old Miller Lite action.
To make it simple, there's really well-placed instructions on here if you want to get on the whole program.
So look at this.
You want one sensible meal, replace 2 meals a day with these guys.
Read that twice for him, please.
And then you can indulge in 3 snacks over the remainder of the day.
Indulge.
So
you don't have to
the
tell
whole
me
program's
twice.
right on the packaging.
There you go.
Okay, am I shaking?
Yeah, you want to shake it a little bit, yeah.
Right.
But they're good.
I did not think I'd have Slim Fast on the old bingo card today, but that's what happens when Ed Carpenter shows up here. Again, live Pagoda Plaza practice 11 to 1. Congrats on McKenna, your oldest.
Yep,
graduated
she's my
from
oldest.
high school.
Yep, she graduated
on
Monday. Monday was a busy day.
And you still made it out there?
Still made it to graduation. Made it on track. Yeah, I mean life keeps going while we're doing this. My son got rear-ended at the bottom of the hill on Tuesday, so
Jesus,
helped manage that too. Yeah, he was fine. Everyone was fine.
Is he going to use Rossi's crutches?
No, he's in better shape.
Okay, all right.
Truck's still drivable.
Hey, the bottom of that hill is no
but,
joke.
Over
at Cathedral High School.
You go to work out here, and then life goes on at home. So you got to be a parent at the same time. But Heather definitely carries the burden this time of year.
We get to lap 175 coming up on Sunday. It's the last stint. You've just pitted. You want to be where?
You want to be in the top 4 or 5 cars is really where you need to be. Any further back than that, it gets a lot harder to make progress without another caution or something to help you out. If you're up in the top 5, you've definitely got a strong chance.
And I do want to ask you this and pivot a little bit. We saw the news of Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
Just your perspective on him as a driver and just that tragic news we got yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still thinking about it constantly because it is just a shock. We saw the news early yesterday that he wasn't going to compete this weekend, and you weren't even going anywhere near what ultimately happened, but feel terrible for his family. He's got 2 young kids, and that's the worst part for me, knowing that they don't have their dad, and his wife Samantha is going to be managing that alone. But he was a good guy. I got to know him in 2011. I was driving a Dollar General car, and he had sponsorship from them, so we did some events together. Had several conversations over the years about his desire to come run in this race. So just been reflecting on all those moments and conversations we had, but just really, really tragic and feeling for his whole family and their whole community.
I didn't realize till Jay Fry mentioned it last night on Twitter how close he was to doing the double.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle's wanted to do it for a long time. We actually got really close with him. I can't remember the year. It was back when he was at Gibbs.
You guys did?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, Eminem was going to pay for it, and, combination of the team and Toyota shut it down. But he had been trying to do this race for easily a decade. It's something he really wanted to do.
Yeah, because Kurt finished, 6th, I think it was, back in?
Yeah, and I don't think that sat well with Kyle either, that his brother came and did it.
That's a true.
But, yeah, it's a bummer that he never made it here and that we lost him in the racing community. It's a big sport, but at the same time, it's a tight-knit group, whether it's IndyCar, NASCAR, when things like this happen. It hits everyone pretty hard.
Sure. Last one for me. And again, Ed Carpenter live here at Pagoda Plaza. Come out and say hi. We are doing our Carb Day show, and annually, Ed's so gracious with his time to make an appearance with us. Did I hear correctly? We just gave out the Butler hat a little bit earlier. I know you love your alma mater. Did I hear correctly you had a professor maybe give you a poor grade on a dream and aspiration paper back in your early days
yeah, I did.
at Butler about being a race car driver?
I think it was the worst grade I ever got there. Yeah, it was first semester freshman year, like an intro to business class, and they gave us an assignment to write our 5-year success plan. And so obviously I wrote it all about racing and how school was my backup plan, and he gave me a D with the comment that it's nice to have dreams, but you need to be more realistic. I hit my plan in 4 years, and then he later tried to have me help get his daughter a job, and I wasn't very helpful. But that's my only negative Butler experience. But yeah, it was he had no clue where I was in my career, life, or opportunities. But it hit me wrong because people should be there encouraging kids, not knocking them down. So, he he came from GM at one point, but I kind of realized at that point if he was a good employee, he wouldn't have been teaching. So didn't put much stock in him after that.
Well, James, I think he'll be on the outskirts of Victory Lane coming up on Sunday. Maybe Ed will go double bird at him here, and he can hold up.
It's a funny story, but
back in the day.
Hopefully he would laugh about it at this point too.
The Slim Fast taste excellent. Did I hear correctly? If you take out the S and the L, it says "I'm fast."
You got it.
And is that your 20 car coming?
That's I'm 33.
33 cars.
Yeah, that's the rallying cry always. You got to be fast to win this thing.
That thing tastes great. That thing tastes great. Ed Carpenter with us here live, Pagoda Plaza again, inside of row 5. Lastly, again, keys today for you. It doesn't sound like anything too crazy, just from a practice standpoint.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, we want to kind of validate a couple minor changes that we've been going back and forth on. Get some pit stop practice, come out of the day feeling confident, obviously have the car in one piece, and put it to bed until Sunday morning.
Ed, thanks for doing this every year.
Thanks,
Appreciate
guys. Great to see you.
Everybody, Ed Carpenter right here, the Slim Fast machine for him, the Butler product. He joins us every year.